Welcome to Bedtime Stories. The Singing Warrior. Once upon a time a young warrior known as Farron, for he wore a headdress of heron feathers, fell in love with a princess in a neighboring village. He was determined to make her his bride, but he talked so often and so long of his own virtues that his friends grew tired of his pride. "You'll never win her love," their friends told him. "You're far too in love with yourself." He laughed at his friends. "Who could resist me?" he asked. "I'm handsome, I'm brave, and I'm strong and courageous, and look at these clothes." He pointed with pride at his white buckskin shirt and leggings and his beautiful headdress. "No one could say no to me." With that, he sprang upon his horse and set off the path toward his beloved's village. As he rode, he sang songs about himself. "I am Farron, handsome, brave and strong," he sang. "I am the finest warrior. I am the man of your dreams." On his way, he stopped at a stream. "I shall fish and bring my fine catch to my sweetheart's mother as a gift," he said as he cast his fishing line into the water. Even his friends admitted that he was away and different from the world. Everything he touched magically worked. Within moments of casting his line, he filled his bag with fish. He set off on the path, singing of his own marvels at the top of his lungs. Every animal and person within a mile could hear his songs. The animals dashed away, for they were fearful of his bow and arrow. As he trotted along, he happened to ride past Fox, who crouched low in the bush, hiding from him. But when Fox smelled those fish, his mouth began to water and his eyes grew wide. He was one hungry fox, and those fish smelled very good. Fox suddenly had an idea. He dashed through the woods until he passed him. Fox lay upon the ground and pretended he was dead. Farron would have passed Fox, for he was so busy singing of his wonders, but his horse came to a sudden halt, and that's when he spotted Fox. "Can this be a dead fox?" he said, and he poked Fox with a stick. Fox did not move. "He must be newly dead, for he doesn't stink at all." He picked Fox up by the tail and tossed him into his bag. Then he began to sing again. "I'm a fisherman, and a hunter of foxes. I bring my bounty to my beloved, for I am a handsome, strong, brave warrior who comes bearing gifts." On and on he sang, never noticing what Fox was up to. Fox, meanwhile, began to gnaw at the bag. He gnawed until he had made a hole, and then, one by one, he pushed the fish through the hole onto the ground. He was so busy singing his own praises that he never noticed his bag growing light. When all the fish were gone, Fox grew the hole a bit bigger and squirmed out of the bag himself. He trotted along the road, eating one fish after another. Fox had never felt so full and satisfied. Meanwhile, Farron approached his beloved's village, and because he was still loudly singing, all the villagers came out to see. "Look at that handsome fellow," the maidens whispered, impressed by his white buckskin clothes, his beautiful voice, and his impressive face. He galloped toward his beloved's home, and outside he called out to her mother. "Come, honored woman, come see the gifts I've brought for you. You will love." He leapt from his horse and bowed before his beloved and her mother. The villagers gathered close to watch. He pulled open his bag, but lo and behold, it was empty. "What's this?" his sweetheart's mother cried. "Do you mock us?" He looked inside his bag, and his once proud face flushed with shame. He mounted his horse and turned around and rode back home, but this time he was not singing, and he vowed that the next time, he would pay closer attention, not to himself, but to the world around him. He never again bragged or boasted. If you like the story, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Good night.